Hello, ladies and gents. Ms. Marvel's come around the corner, and it looks garbage. It looks absolutely atrocious. I don't really understand what Marvel is doing here with Ms. Marvel. I tweeted it out because I found some images. They came to me in a dream. No, they didn't. They came to me on my Twitter. So I retweeted them, and I was like, what is Marvel doing? But then also we got a statement from Kevin Feige. Now this is definitely not the end of Marvel. Loads of people always say this. They're always like, Marvel's on a downward slant. They're terrible, blah, blah, blah. You know, superhero fatigue. I've been experiencing superhero fatigue for the last, 3 years. No one else seems to be. They're still pulling in loads of money. But, big old butts, like the one on Captain Ms. Marvel here, they still seem to be going ahead. This is awful. This is an embarrassment, a genuine embarrassment. So I thought we would take a look at it together. And what we're going to do, ladies and gents, we're going to take a brief look through my Twitterverse. This is my Twitter. You should follow me on Twitter if you don't already, because you can see me and my boy Jasp. But I tweeted this out initially because I saw this and I was like, this looks awful. Like, this looks genuinely terrible, right? I'm like, what is this? If I was that girl, I'd be embarrassed. I'd be ashamed of myself. I wouldn't want to star in it. But, like, well, that's a Datsun 510. But then this, look at this! The costume looks awful. Doesn't fit properly. This is the costume she wears all the time, isn't it? It just looks... This looks terrible. And I understand it's supposed to be from a teenager's perspective. I get it. But good God. Who greenlit this? Oh, wait. Kevin Feige did. Kevin Feige explains why Kamala Khan's powers and origins are changed for Ms. Marvel Disney Plus series. Oh, yeah. Let's have a look at this, shall we? Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige recently explained why he and Marvel decided to change not only the powers, but also the origin of Kamala Khan for the upcoming Ms. Marvel Disney Plus series. Because traditionally she's got big old fists. Alright? You know, if you were, I don't know, that way inclined, you wouldn't want that, you know, that in you, would you? Jeez. Maybe this is what I've been waiting for. Maybe I'm finally part of something bigger. And she just gets a big old fisting. Ms. Marvel gets fisting. If you are unfamiliar with Kamala Khan, in the comics she's an Inhuman. She's exposed to the Terrigen Mist after sneaking out of her house and attending a party. The mist moves through New York City and eventually makes contact with her. Now they've somewhat introduced the Terrigen Mist now in, you know, Doctor Strange. But not really, sort of. After being exposed, she finds herself in the Inhuman cocoon and then proceeds to break out. However, upon exiting, she's taken the form of Carol Danvers. I mean, we don't get that in Marvel, do we? As for her powers, it's shown in Ms. Marvel number 2 that she can manipulate her body in numerous ways, from shrinking herself down to making certain parts of her body bigger, like her hands, to completely taking on the identity of Carol Danvers, because she's apparently repressed and doesn't like herself. I don't know, why would you take on the image of someone else? A bit weird, isn't it? So Feige spoke with Empire, where he revealed all of this will be changed, saying, we adapt the comics, it's not an exact translation. Boy! Kevin, mate, do we know that? He further explained why her powers and origin have been changed. Kamala came about in a very specific time within the comic book continuity. She's now coming into a very specific time within the MCU continuity, and those things didn't match. It just looks terrible. Ugh. He then said, what we will learn about where those powers come from and how they come about is specific to the MCU. While Khan's powers will be different, Feige does note that her giant hands will make an appearance. But they don't. They're sort of like weird, I don't know, like cosmic hands. You will see great comic splash panels in some of our action sequences. If you want big, giant hands and arms, well, they're here in spirit, if not in stretchy, plastic-type ways. Sounds terrible. Who greenlit this? Seriously? This looks utterly atrocious. And loads of people will be like, oh, it's just because you're racist. Shut up. Nothing to do with that. Feige went on to hint the origin of her powers would also be explored in Marvel films, saying it taps into the future of her story as it connects to her other friends that she'll meet in the upcoming film, The Marvels. The thing is, loads of people are like, yeah, it was made for TV, so it's supposed to be dumb. My boy, did you just read that? Because it said she's going to be in a movie. Terrible. He then hinted she's interested in knowing. Great, does that mean I'm an Asgardian? Did I get it with gamma rays? No, it's seemingly none of those things. It goes to her own past and her heritage and lineage. That's right. It's going to be some, like, I don't know. Maybe it'll be a La or something like that, I don't know. I'm sure someone will have a bigot for that as well. I don't care. The official description of Ms. Marvel reads, Marvel Studios' Ms. Marvel is a new original series that introduces Kamala Khan, a Muslim-American teenager. FYI, Muslims don't want this either. Like, you go to an actual Muslim country, they're like, what? No, go away. Women need to be covered up. I didn't say it. That's the Quran. Growing up in Jersey City, an avid gamer and a voracious fan fiction scribe, Kamala is a superhero mega fan with an oversized imagination, particularly when it comes to Captain Marvel. Oversized appetite as well. The description concludes, yet Kamala feels like she doesn't fit in at school and sometimes even at home. That is, until she gets superpowers, like the hero she's always looked up to. Life gets better with superpowers, right? Nah, probably not. Anyway, I stand by this. This looks fucking atrocious. Look at this. Good God, man. It's just so bad. Look at it. Awful. Hopefully I didn't give anyone a seizure. Anyway, that's terrible. Awful show. Looks like garbage. Straight trash. Loads of people accuse me of being negative here on the channel. You know what? I am today. Also, perhaps consider checking out my Teespring store. You can find it linked down below in the description box. There's some really cool designs. There's something that you might like on there. And it goes some way to helping the channel out and kind of what I do here. And it's a good way to support and rock some one-of-a-kind merchandise designs. We've got, of course, our favourite Jasper on a Clown World stuff. But then we've also got something a little bit unique. The R32 GTR, as well as a JDM Pulsar GTIR. Again, stuff for everyone. Bit of fun. Please do check it out down below in the description box.